Azreal awakens by the sea to find himself attacked by a shark. After killing the shark, Azreal mysteriously disposes of his costume and becomes Puel. As he continues to pursue an ordinary life, an agent of Saint Dumas, known as Nomos, spies on him, reporting to his leader, who in return reports to his. The leader refuses his orders and orders his soldiers to kill Azreal and Nomos, who escapes from the church. Elsewhere, Puel moves into an apartment and asks a girl named Lilith out on a date. However, the soldiers of Saint Dumas soon kidnap Lilith and attempt to kill Puel, but is saved by Nomos. Puel persuades Nomos to help save his friends. After doing so, the group formulate a plan, and Puel enlists Batman's help, who supplies him with the tools to bring Saint Dumas down. With the new tools, Puel and his allies attempt to bring Azreal back from the depths of his mind. Will they succeed? Okay, so this story was very, very different from anything that I've read so far. It is a very, very classic Batman story, but it doesn't have Batman as the main character. It has, obviously, Azreal. I'm not sure if this happens after Nightfall or before Nightfall, but it was certainly a very interesting story and very much reminded me of Assassin's Creed, just without the obvious intrigue, because this doesn't have any kind of the Knights Templar vibe to the character, as we've seen in like Batman Arkham City and Batman Arkham Knight, and just all that kind of stuff. I will be honest, I didn't really enjoy this story very much. I felt like, first off, it was the balloon bubbles and the writing itself within the story and how it was all inked together. It's just very, very obnoxiously big. Like, the writing is like big, bold, and I kind of was like, really? No, we're going for this big, bold storytelling, but we're not really doing anything. No, the writing didn't really suit what was going on with the actual story itself. And I just didn't like the fact that it had such big writing. I did like the idea of like John Paul rediscovering himself as a character, and there's a lot of ideas about the rediscovery of who you are as a person, embracing your true self and not the self that you project onto others. And it's kind of hinted that Azreal might be a separate personality from John Paul. That aspect I didn't like. I didn't like the fact that Azreal was just a personality from John Paul. I can't tell you exactly the reason why. I don't know Azreal as a character very well. It didn't really gel with me as someone who was potentially going to be getting interested in this character. I did like the sort of the Saint Dumas aspects, and the fact that this religious cult was based on protecting Gotham, but it turned into it turned into a form of a mob in the end. the Saint Dumas becomes a perversion of what it once was. Like, the morals and standards that it had that was originally conceived now no longer exist. I think that's and I did think that was a very, very interesting idea. Guys, all in all, can't really recommend this series. I would give it about a 2 out of 5. It wasn't really a great story. Maybe if I went back to, like, the very origins of Azreal, I might have had more fun with this character, but all in all, as it stands, can't really say that I thought this mini-series was particularly, that these 3 issues was particularly great.